Okay, hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to find out what career should you do. Okay, so it's gonna go, whoops, you can see my toes. So it's gonna go from left to right. So that's pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, pile 5, pile 6, pile 7. Okay, really meditate and let's go. Okay, hi pile number 1s. For those who picked pile number 1, we have the Knight of Wands, we have in the near future, we have don't sweat the small stuff, 54, which rounds up to 9, and take bite-sized steps, which is 46, which rounds up to 10, which goes back to 1. Okay, so what I'm getting here is you're supposed to do a career that involves you being hands-on, okay? You're not supposed to do something where you just sit comfortably at a desk and do your shit. You're going to be really busy for this one. This may involve, you know, your hands, your legs, you're going to be on your feet, okay? And what I'm getting, an intuitive message, is that don't be afraid to take your time when you're doing your work. So if you're going to be busy and all about the place and, you know, yada, 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 it's saying don't be afraid to take a rest, okay? Don't jump into things so swiftly. If there are times where you're like, you know what, I don't want to jump this and do this and do this because I need a break for myself, feel free to take that break, okay? I'm getting this is actually going to be something you're manifesting because it's in the near future. Okay, so this is a fresh new beginning. Whatever job you're doing, you're going to move to the new job, and this will be the new job. So something has to end in order for something to start. That's why we have 54, which is 9. 9 is a number of endings, and 5 is a number of change, and 4 is a number of stability. So a change of stability, and that's why we're moving into the 4 plus 6, which is 1. Okay, new beginnings. Something has to end in order for something to start. And what I'm getting here is you're going to be doing a career that allows you to use your hands, okay, and your legs. So if you guys are passionate about football, basketball, dance, even like no matter what you're doing, you're going to have to just move around a lot, okay? So I'm getting, it doesn't have to be all academic. You don't have to be typing up shit, writing a bunch of shit. Like you're going to be moving on, like moving a lot, okay? That's what I'm getting, a lot of movement, okay? So it's not something that you have to pay too much detail to. So there's not like, oh, if you get one thing wrong, you're going to be scolded, you know? I am getting this is an employment job, so it's not something that is self-employed. It's something that, you know, you will apply for, okay? But you will get it. So if you want a scholarship, or if you have to really take a course to get it, by all means do so. But whatever you do, once you're in the job, you won't have to worry about the nitty-gritties and the little details, okay? I'm feeling you're going to make lots of friends because I'm hearing you got a friend in me. So yeah, any job that requires you to use your talent. So if you have a talent in something that's more physical rather than using your brains, then by all means I do see that happening. For some of you, it could even be, you know, marketizing different things that you love, but I'm seeing a lot of using your body, okay? So some of you, if you love dance, if you love sports, if you love whatever it may be, but I'm not getting any mental sort of job. So if you feel like I don't really want this career, I don't think this pile's for me, feel free to pick another pile, okay? But it's something regarding moving around a lot. For some of you, it could be managers or admins of schools or offices or whatever it may be, something that involves you having to run around a lot. But I'm getting that it's not really stressful. It's not the type of job that you feel stressed about, because we have don't sweat the small stuff. It's a very easygoing job. It's almost like it's made for you, because maybe some of you are like, oh, I can't be asked to keep this in track, this in track. It's not a job for perfectionists. That's what I'm getting. It's like easy money and you enjoy it and it's something you love, you're passionate about. Okay, so I see this manifesting in the near future. If you're not happy to hear this, feel free to pick another pile, but I'm going to move on to pile 2. Okay, hi pile number 2. For this pile, I'm getting whatever you think it is, okay? Because we have a yes. You're going to say yes to this opportunity. Now, do not be disheartened by the fact that there are 3 swords in a heart. I'm getting for this pile, it's more like a very intuitive, very empathic sort of pile. You guys are very kind people, very nurturing people. You give a lot of yourself to others. So I'm seeing a career where it involves mending people. For some of you, could be nurses, midwives. You could also be counselors. Okay, there are a bit of I'm getting a little bit of communication. So you could be marriage counselors or therapists, psychotherapists, people working in the health department. And I'm not just getting that because of the, you know, the hospital bed and the doctor, but it's mainly because of the Three of Swords. You're meant to mend people, help people, heal people. Okay, you have a really big divine purpose. Okay, nothing like pile one, where pile one is just mostly about you, yourself, etc. This pile, you have a bigger purpose in this, on this earth, to really help and serve others. It doesn't have to be in the traditional way where you apply for a job, you apply to be a nurse or a midwife or whatever it may be. This type of job is something that it really touches hearts. Okay, you have to be an empath to do this sort of job. Okay, so it could be physical where you're a doctor, but it could also be mending people, therapists. Okay, even spiritual teachers like tarot readers, when you think about it, because you're actually helping people around the world. You're teaching people divine wisdom, spirituality, etc. But whatever it is, you're supposed to do that. So if you feel like giving up, I'm not saying this will come easy, but this is a spiritual pile, because we have 1 + 6, which is 7. We have the 16 card. 1 is all about new beginnings. 6 is all about the past, reminiscing. So you're going to be healing wounds. Okay, so this could be people who have gone through a lot of trauma, maybe helping in charities. You're very charitable people, but there's something you're supposed to do in this world that actually is meant to make a big impact. I feel like for this pile, when you guys die, you'll be able to say, I made the world different. Okay, I made an impact. You may even be well known for all the good things that you do, even if you are a low-key person. Okay, but I feel like that's the type of career this pile is supposed to do. And I'm not saying it comes easy. It doesn't have to be glamorous, but you're going to find your purpose and you're going to enjoy what you do because you love it, because you care. You have a passion for helping and serving. There's something that you're fit to do. It could even be a teacher. Okay, not of children, but a teacher globally of people, about your mindset, about how the world works, about how you can help heal our inner demons, our shadow work. Why are we repeating ancestral behaviors? Why are we repeating traumatic experiences through our relationships, through our, you know, etc. You're meant to really help people, guide people. You could also be a shaman. Okay, but that's the type of careers I'm getting for pile number 2. I'm so sorry it's so brief, but I just wanted to get to the point. But your journey to get to this will not be easy. You will have to work hard. You will have to go through a lot of pain and strife so that you will be able to assist people better. People can connect with others when they relate more to their struggles. Okay. And I feel like this pile, you have been very strong. You've had to go through so many different battles. And that's why you're becoming this person who's fit to be in that role to help others. Okay. But I'm going to move on to pile number 3. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, so for pile number 3, I'm getting, this is my celebrity pile. Okay, we have a Leo. Okay, the sun. But I'm getting number 6. Okay, so this is something that it's from childhood. We even have the sun card. Something you've always wanted to do since you were young, but you kind of gave up because you became a sheep. Okay, you were like, oh, maybe I have to work a regular job because everybody's expecting me to work a regular job and live a regular life. But this pile, you're not supposed to live a regular life. Okay, you're supposed to have, I'm hearing prima donna girl. You're supposed to have it all. You know, why settle when you can have more, right? Number 8 is about abundance. This is my rich and famous pile. Okay, something that you've always been passionate about since you were young. You're going to be able to do that in your adulthood. For some of you, you could also be like me, a teacher. Okay, I do many things, but one of my normal jobs, okay, even though I'm not a normal person, is that I'm a teacher. And the reason why I'm getting that is because I'm looking at the sun card, the children, everyone around each other, but it doesn't have to pertain to that. I'm not really getting that vibe very strongly, but it's just one thing that I could recommend because, you know, it involves having to be around lots of people, being good spirits, good energy. But I'm getting this is more like a talent. So it could be dance, it could be singing, could be acting, could be artists in many various ways. Something you're very passionate about, an unconventional sort of job. So not the job that you apply for something and then you wonder if you get it or not. This is something that's going to involve your talents, something you're good at, something you're passionate about. If you've picked this pile and you're like, I don't know what I'm good at, get a fucking hobby. Think back to what you loved doing as a child. You'd be surprised that in this time and age, you can monetize anything. If you can see YouTubers getting money for fucking eating, okay, on camera, then you can monetize anything, okay? This is something that involves a lot of fame, fortune, okay, but it's very unique. You may be surprised that you may already stand out from a lot of people. You may not feel that way, but a lot of people do look at you in that direction because you know exactly where you're headed and where you're going to go, okay? Whatever you're doing, you need to keep being persistent. I feel like this pile you already know, but you just need that confirmation. You know exactly what you want to be. You know exactly how to do it. You just need to start and you need to be persistent. Don't worry about finances. Don't worry about who's going to see you, who's watching you. Don't worry about how do I start? I feel so awkward. Start with your confidence. Once you've embedded that, just like a Leo, you guys are very confident. If you're a Leo, you are definitely confident. You need to work on this confidence, okay? Solar plexus energy. Okay, this is something that involves fame, fortune, glitz, glam. Okay, but this is only going to come from your talent, something you've loved as a kid. If you love drawing, you're going to use your art and make it into something. If you love playing piano, you're going to manifest that and make a better name for yourself. If you love, I don't know, if you love playing a certain sport, you're going to be able to do that. You'll be famous for doing whatever the fuck you need to do. Okay, and I feel like this is a confirmation. You guys may already have started working on that. Okay, I highly recommend watching or listening to rather Alice Love Exists Subliminals, because they really do help push along that route if you're working towards that. Okay, so this is my success pile. Okay, so I don't want you to try and fit the narrative to your life like, oh, I picked pile 3, so it has to apply to me. You will know in your heart, in your spirit, in your gut, in your soul if this resonates with you. If you feel like I'm not really feeling connected to this, I don't really like being on the spotlight, I don't really have a talent, then feel free to pick another pile. But this is for my people who know exactly where they're headed, where they want to go, but they may be having a little doubts, a little fears. Like, I'm a bit nervous, I don't see much change in my life, but honey, the change is working its way up, but you need to give yourself the extra push, okay? But this allows you to be young, wild, and free, okay? Even if it's fashion, if you're passionate about the way you dress, you can become an influencer. Whatever it may be, you're very passionate about it, okay? I'm going to move on to pile number 4. Thank you for watching. Okay, so for those of you who pick pile number 4, we get the number 7, reclaim your art. This is a learning pile. I feel like for this pile, you've been so used to thinking about whether you should work in a regular job, or maybe you're at a regular job and you're kind of finding it, it's not for me. Like, maybe you're one of those people that, like, your parents like said, oh, you got to do well in school, you got to do this, you got to do that, and you did all what you needed to do to become the adult you are today. And you realize that that path wasn't meant for you, but you still needed to take it so that you could actually learn that you don't want it. You know, when you want something, you know, when someone's kind of set something up for you from childhood, they're like, oh, you need to go in this path, you need to do well in school, you need to get a regular job. So society kind of makes you that sheep where, okay, I need to focus on this because that's what success means. Getting a degree, getting a master's, that's what success means. But you're starting to realize that that's not your path, okay? But you had to go through it in order to learn what you truly want. I feel like this is a career change, okay? You need to let it go. You need to work on what you're truly meant to do. And it says reclaim your art. So this could be a musician pile where you've spent so much time, so much energy, so much devotion to something that actually was not meant for you. And it's time to let that shit go. You need to wake up and realize that nobody can write your life but you. Okay, you need to realize that you're meant to do something artistic, music related, something that's going to allow you to express. And it will take a long ass time before you see results. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm a very honest tarot reader. I don't like to tell people what they want to hear. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna take a long time. And you may be a perfectionist as well, so it may take even longer, especially if you have any earth in your chart. But you need to give it to the divine. You have to let go of something that no longer serves you, that kind of did serve you a purpose. So maybe your focus was stability. I had to be stable. I had to do this just to make sure I could pay for things. But it's not your calling. And you may be feeling miserable in it, or at least just dissatisfied. Maybe you're okay with your job, but you feel, could be better. Okay, but that dissatisfaction will further increase if you don't let it go. But I'm not saying now quit your job and focus on what you're supposed to do. You can start branching off, focusing on what you're supposed to do in terms of what you're really good at, and then build that up. Still multitask, especially if you are able to do that. I know Geminis are. When that kicks off, then you can leave your normal working job, okay? But there's something you're learning, because 7 is all about learning, okay? Maybe you're like me, you're a teacher, okay? Because I think of learning, I think of teacher, and 7 is a spiritual number. Maybe you're starting to realize that, oh, I enjoy this, but I would feel more fulfilled if I was to take a more creative approach in life rather than academic. And maybe you're thinking, should I merge the two? I can work on one, I can work on both, but put more focus into the one that I really want more, and then watch that manifest, and then I can let go of what I consider normal, what I consider safe, what I consider security, okay? But what I'm getting here is you're being called. If your heart feels more pulled towards the things you love, if you go home and the first thing you do is not even work, the first thing you do is, oh, I'm gonna play this instrument, or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, then that is where your heart lies. Sometimes we know the answers. We just need to spend time in a quiet room and really think about what is it that makes us who we are. Everybody has a talent. Everyone has a hobby. We never get the time to explore these things. We can't blame our parents for not putting us in extracurriculum kind of classes or clubs after school. Sometimes it takes a while for us to find who we are. And sometimes we find it when we're in our adult stage, and that's okay. But you need to explore it. It's not being there for no reason. Maybe you like drawing. Okay, maybe there's something specific that you feel like, oh, I'm really good at this, but I just see it more as a hobby. Maybe you've been so logical your whole life where like, oh, I'm really good at this, but I just see it as a hobby. I'm really good at that, but I just see it as a hobby. But I can't make money out of it. You can make money out of anything, honey. I'm just saying. Okay, but you need to let go of an old belief. You need to let go. I feel like there's a barrier for this group where maybe it's conflicting with your spiritual beliefs, your religious beliefs, your cultural beliefs, societal norms. And you're like, oh, this is all I know, so I need to let it go. I'm getting a lot of Piscean energy here, but you need to abandon what you thought was normal and what you thought you needed to do, and you need to go towards what you actually want to do, because you only get one life, so live it. We're living in a time where we can make money the way we want. And it could be worse. You could be, you could be a slave, okay? But we make sure that, we're grateful for that. Like, we're not slaves, okay? We get to live the life we want. So God has given you the resources. You just need to use them. Do you have a home? Okay, do you have money? Do you have food in your stomach? Do you have a bed to sleep in? Great. You're halfway there. Now you need to use your tools. Use your talent. Use your common sense. Use your abilities. Okay, but that's all I'm getting for pile number 4. I'm going to move on to pile number 5. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, hi pile number 5s. So what I'm getting instantly is that this pile involves communication, being logical. Okay, you're meant to do a career that's not really, well, okay, this can go either way. Okay, you can do a career like law. Okay, you should be doing a career like law that requires logic, fairness, just behavior. You cut through the bullshit. You can't be swayed emotionally. But at the same time, the way you do things may not be the way it's supposed to. I'm not saying you're going to now side with people that are wrong and manipulate people, although you do have this ability, pile 5. I'm getting like you're going to do like a job that may be considered normal, but the way you do it as an individual is different to the way everybody else does it. So for example, like me, I'm a teacher, right? And I don't teach the way other teachers teach. Like every teacher is very strict, very stern, very horrible, very mean. They take all their anger out on the children. And then there's me that's like, well, you could be you, be yourself. However, there are boundaries. Don't fucking cross me, okay? We have to respect one another, but we're going to do things like this. I like to do a lot more artistic related lessons, and I kind of find a way to make lessons fun, okay? So you're rebelling against the way you would have originally have done things, okay? So we have the number 30. If we round it to 3 is all about practicality, collaboration, and we have number 45, which rounds down to 9. Invest in your spirit. So I feel like whatever job you do, you're going to grow in it. Maybe you're this soft sweetheart that doesn't know how to raise your voice and is always really overly nice, overly sweet, and then you kind of grow. Whatever job you're going to go is going to grow. It's going to make you grow spiritually and even in abundance. Peaceful resolution. So maybe that's why I'm thinking of law, because you help resolve conflicts. Something that is to do with being a justice warrior. You could even be a blogger that talks about, you know, real life that actually matters. You know, I'm getting also somebody who knows how to speak to people. You're a real good people person, or you're developing to be that sort of person for this job. Okay. You could also be, what's the name given to those who really fight for people's rights, but not a lawyer, but people who speak out on it? Maybe journalism, but with a twist. So you know about things and you research about things, they hit your core and you're kind of like, nah, I need to speak up about this shit because this shit ain't okay, you know? Like a social justice sort of warrior sort of vibe. But I'm getting like, you know how to put things into place, you know? You see through bullshit. You cannot be swayed. You need to be a bad bitch, bad boss sort of energy in order to do this, in order to achieve peace. I'm getting a vision of I'm not sure which prophet this was, but there was a prophet who, I think it was Prophet Solomon or Suleiman in Arabic, whereby two women were fighting over a baby. They'll say, no, it's my baby. Somebody says, no, it's my baby. And he says, okay, well, in order to solve this situation, let's just cut the baby in half. And the woman who was actually the real mother, she grabbed the baby and she says, here, she gave it to the woman, like, have the baby, because I'm not going to have this baby ruined or killed just because we're fighting over it. And that's actually the real mother. And the woman, she was prepared to see the baby being slaughtered in half because she didn't have that much love to even step in for that baby, you know? So yeah, that's how he discovered that she was the real mother. So he had to be stern. He had to be resorting to all sorts of shenanigans in order to uncover that truth and put things right. Okay? So I feel like you're going to be unifying people. You could also be a marriage counselor, similar to pile 2. Okay? Being somebody who can resolve, maybe a judge for some of you, but whatever it may be, you're solving issues in people's life, even a therapist. But therapists, they don't talk to you in a way that's like, oh, emotive. They're gonna like listen to your problems and provide strategies on how to go about your issues. And I know therapists are not supposed to side or say, oh, you're wrong or you're right, especially if it's a couples counselor. But you may rebel against that. You may be like, nah, fuck you. You're the toxic ass bitch. But here's how we can work on this shit. Like, you're going to be unconventional in the job you do. You're not going to do it the way it's supposed to be done, but you will do it better, okay, with a twist, okay? But if you are still unsure of what you need to do, just look out for the signs 3 and 9, okay? Because you're going to be able to pick up on how you should go about it. You will change. When your character changes, when you feel yourself growing, becoming a lot more logical, more stern, then that's when you realize you're being guided to that sort of job. If you feel like, this is not really the job for me, pick another pile, because this is a job that requires you to be unbiased, objective, okay? That's why I'm thinking of law. I'm thinking of someone who puts things right. People who, like, you may be a woman who's sentimental and you feel a lot, and you have a big heart, but when it comes to doing the right thing, you don't give a fuck. You're like, I don't care who I have to hurt, okay? You're not gonna go around making life unjust for everyone else and think I'm just going to cry about it. I'm gonna fucking do something about it. You could have been to a protest or two in your life, okay? But you're not afraid to stand up for those who need to be stood up for, and that's really admirable, okay? I'm hearing adoption. For some of you, you may even adopt a child, okay? But that's what I'm getting for pile number 5. I'm going to move on to pile number 6. Bye. Okay, so for those of you who picked pile number 6, what I'm getting with Feel the Whale, we have number 25, which rounds down to 7, which is all about learning. Okay, I feel like at this current time, you guys are working on yourselves, for yourselves and by yourselves, okay? I'm getting, with the Knight of Cups, I'm getting you're going to be at somebody's service or you're going to get an offer, but you must be patient. I feel like some of you are working hard right now and you're waiting to see better days. You're waiting to see, will you be acknowledged? And I'm getting you will be acknowledged, but you have to be patient. Maybe things that you thought were not going to be turning in your favor are finally turning in your favor. I feel like you're doing something that's like very stressful, very busy, takes up a lot of your time. You don't really have much time for yourself. But then soon this is going to turn into something that is more fulfilling emotionally. Okay, but you have to wait. This may take a while. It doesn't tell me how long it will take, but I'm getting a lot of Piscean energy. So I'm getting a water season. So maybe by Cancer season, you should be starting this sort of journey. But whatever you're doing, I feel like you're manifesting the career that you want. But around summertime, Cancer season, Scorpio season, even maybe, you will see things come into fruition. I'm hearing ambulance. Some of you may be wanting to work in the medical field. I'm hearing disruption as well. So I'm feeling like you're here to put peace in people's life as well. It's not really specific, but I'm getting it's like a very pure job. Okay, something that you can do and it's noble, and you can do knowing that you'll die in peace. It's like for the greater good of humanity, whatever that may be. Okay, but you're working really, really, really hard. Okay, for some of you, I'm getting also artistic vibe, because a lot of Piscean energy is coming through, and I'm hearing like recording contract. So some of you may be interested in that. And I'm seeing that your dreams are actually coming true, but you have to be patient. You don't expect to see results straight away. It will take time, but you have to keep working hard. Trust me, when you're doing the inner work, it's actually manifesting. I'm hearing peace and reconciliation. You might meet the love of your life through this job. You might be a power couple. That was a really random message, but that's what was coming through. I feel like you're going to help a lot of people, okay? Emotionally. I'm not getting physically, but emotionally. Yeah, I feel like it's because you guys care. You guys are people who care. You have it in you to care. But I'm getting you're going to love what you do. I'm thinking of Melanie Martinez, not just because I love her music, but like that sort of vibe. So I'm getting like a spiritual teacher, but in the sense that you use your talents to do that. You talk to the masses, okay? But I feel like a lover is going to be on this journey with you, okay? If you don't have a lover and you're like, what the fuck, I'm single, that's another side message that's coming through. I'm hearing innocence. So it's a very pure job. It's something that is almost Mother Teresa-like, but more artistic, so more symbolic, more representative as a, you know, inner work sort of thing. But that's what I'm getting for pile number 6. I'm not sure why I'm not getting it, but that's all that's coming through. So I'm going to move to pile number 7. Okay, so for pile number 7, we have Dare to be Happy, the world, meditation brings answers. This is my traveling card. We have 2 + 6, 26, which is 8. So you will be very happy, very abundant. Even though we have rose petals and flowers and leaves falling in the Dare to be Happy card, I'm seeing this symbolically as money, okay? I'm hearing somewhere over the rainbow. You guys have it all, okay? This part, you're going to be moving abroad, okay? Maybe worldwide, maybe selling platinum albums. I don't know. But I'm not getting a music vibe. I'm getting more of a traveling. So you're going to have to move across the country in order to make your dreams come true, okay? But meditation brings answers. For this pile, it's a very spiritual pile. I mean, after all, you picked the number 7. You're not supposed to know what you're going to do. Can you believe it? You're going to do many different things. I feel like you're not just good at one thing. You're good at more than, let's toot your horn a little. You're good at more than 3 things. And you're not supposed to do one job. You're going to do many jobs at once. I would not be surprised if you're going to be a business person on the side. I see you with your side hustles, okay? But you're going to be marketing yourself worldwide, okay? You're going to be traveling for different places, okay? In order to manifest your dreams. And I'm being told that this is actually hidden from you. You're not supposed to know the career specifically because there's just too many different careers. You're just good at every fucking thing, you know? But you are being advised to spend more time alone in silence so the ideas will flock to you when you least expect it. Try and do guided meditation because that's what's coming through. Okay. Yeah, I'm so sorry, sevens, but you're not going to be told what your job is supposed to be, but you're going to hear it. Spirit's going to communicate to you through songs, through signs, through synchronicities, through thoughts. You're going to get it all coming to you. And once you get it, you're going to guide yourself towards it, okay? But you're going to be so happy. I feel like this is such a vibrant pile. I'm thinking of solar plexus here. You're not going to stay in the place you are now. You're going to move around and you're going to be world known, whether it be for your business or for you as a person, maybe as an influencer, but you're going to be traveling, okay? But I'm not supposed to say. It's not that I'm holding this secret from you. I'm not a Scorpio. I'm really shitty at keeping secrets. I'll tell all the tea here. But it's because Spirit doesn't want to say it, okay? But all I know is you're going to be moving around, okay? So when you move to another country, you'll know that, oh, okay, this is part of my destiny, okay? That's all I'm getting for pile sevens. I'm so sorry that it was so short, but that's all what needed to be said. Okay, you guys are spiritual. Figure it out. It will come to you. Okay, maybe your karma here is to get used to the unknown and experience life. Okay, but I can only give you advice on the way, which